everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because the day is finally here. We are launching our latest LadyCode palette, and it is a collab palette with one of my favorite YouTubers, the Glam Belle. So I met Brandy when I was working doing makeup at Mrs. United States, and I just loved her energy so much. And then I found out who she was on social media and her TikToks, her personality. I was like, you know what, this girl is like everything that LadyCode is all about. So I just gave her the idea of like maybe doing a palette together, and she was all for it. So we got to work together over the past several months building up this palette. Brandy did choose the formula, she chose the design, she chose the colors, and I am just obsessed. So for my first official LadyCode YouTube look with this palette, I thought I would do a fun pink look right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the tutorial, but first I want to give you a closer look at the palette. The palette is called Glam Belle by LadyCode Beauty and the Beach, and it is totally inspired by beach vacations, which Brandy and I both love, as you probably know. Inside the palette, of course, you have a mirror. Mirrors are so important to me as a busy girl. I think that, you know, being able to see your makeup up close is so important. Our influencer eyeshadow palette has 10 colors and it is $35, but this one gives you 18 colors and it retails for only $39, which is a steal because the pigments are amazing and of course LadyCode quality. And of course in LadyCode style, it has your neutrals, but it also has those fun colors for you to get creative with. These shimmers are so gorgeous. I mean, look at Seaside. Like, I cannot wait to get creative with that. There are 7 mattes and 11 shimmers. You know that we love a nice shimmery glam look right now, so that's what we're doing. And I just think that you can get so creative with this palette. You can seriously do any look. It's been my go-to secret palette for my makeup clients, and it's been so hard to not share what palette I'm using on my clients, but also on myself. I've just been using all of the neutral colors and playing it safe, and today I was like, you know what? It's launch day. I'm making a YouTube video. Let's go all out. So the palette is live. You can shop it on the link below, but if you want to stick around and see a quick demo of me using the fun colors in the palette, then let's just go ahead and start the tutorial right now. Okay, so before I get started, I'm just gonna go ahead and align my lips with my favorite lip liner. It's the Paris lip liner from the LadyCode shop. And I'm just gonna go over that with the liquid lipstick Aruba. It's a matte liquid lipstick, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that right in the middle. Since the look I'm doing is a little bit more unique, I'm gonna go ahead and just trace out the outline of where my eyeshadow would go with a light colored concealer. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer with the Makeup by Ariel flat brush for this. I don't know if this is the ideal brush for something like this, but it's just what I had on hand. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and whip out that Aruba matte liquid lipstick again, and this is not going on my lips. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take a little bit of that liquid lipstick onto the Makeup by Ariel flat brush. I'm just using the rounded side this time, and I am going to put this on my eyelids as an eyeshadow primer. Hear me out, you guys. The matte liquid lipstick is tacky, it's sticky, and since I'm doing a pink eyeshadow look, I want it to be really bold and vibrant. So having that pink liquid lipstick base is gonna make it pop so much more and also grip on for an all-day hold. So we have to move really, really fast because I want to get this pigment on before the matte lipstick dries all the way. So I'm going into the Glam Belle Beauty and the Beach palette by LadyCode, and I am going into this shade right here called Flamingo. It's a gorgeous pink shimmer shade. I'm obsessed. Honestly, if I had to pick one color from the palette that I love, it would be all of them, but really that pink one is what I wanted to do for my first look with the Glam Belle palette. So I'm just gonna use that same brush, and you can see how that pigment just latches on to that liquid lipstick. I really don't have to do anything else. This is how a lot of makeup artists that are on Instagram get that color to really, really pop. Okay, so the magic of the first side is already done. I'm just gonna go back and take some more liquid lipstick onto my brush so I can prime the other eye. Alright, that Aruba liquid lipstick is on, and now I'm going back into Flamingo to go ahead and balance out the eyes. And this part's always scary, but since I kind of did that outline with the concealer, I'm not too nervous about it. Okay, so just to create a little bit of a base for the lower lash line, because I'm also going to put some pink there, I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Fillers from the Snatched LadyCode palette. And this is actually supposed to be like a blush, but I use it for eyeshadow as well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start that smoking out on the lower lash line. And I know a lot of people aren't really doing this anymore because it does make the eyes look more, I guess, like sultry and sexy and more like siren-like if you don't smoke out the bottom, but I'm just a sucker for, like, I don't know, just going all out with the glam. So now I'm just using a Morphe and Ariel. It's like the pencil brush that comes in the eye set, and just kind of going like right underneath that outline that we created, coming out from the lower lash line. Okay, so now that I have that baseline done, I'm gonna go back into the shade Flamingo from the Glam Belle palette and just put that on top. Okay, so now I'm gonna get some darker shades involved, so it gets pretty serious and black eyeshadow can sense fear. So I am going to use the Resting Bake Face in the shade 1, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pat this under my eyes because it's gonna serve as a barrier from any fallout that just might sneak off of the eyeshadow brush. So now I'm using the Makeup by Ariel brush. This is just like a really nice, I don't even know how to describe this brush, but I love to use it for eyeliner, and I'm going into the shade Night Sky from the Glam Belle palette. And now I'm just going inside the outline, and I'm gonna follow that wing all the way out, and then I'm just gonna blend up. So if you girlies know anything about a LadyCode palette, it is that the black is always pigmented, and I promise that this black also delivers. You can just see the pigment in action. You honestly don't even need to put an eyeliner on top of this. I'm just gonna do it for insurance, but it's completely optional. And now I'm gonna bring this, I'm just gonna tap it here. I do way thick out here for the eyeliner because I love that drama, but for the more like inside of the eye, I'm just gonna tap lightly to create a really thin line of eyeliner, and this is just gonna help blend the lashes, and that's basically the only reason why I do that. Okay, so once I get to the inner corner of the eye, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep pulling it to create a little bit of that inner corner wing. I love that drama. It just makes your eyes look so cute, but like long and gorgeous. And the last step with the shade Night Sky, I'm just gonna go ahead and do like a bottom ring that's like a baby reflection of what the top is doing. All right, so we're looking good, but it's still looking a little bit crafty, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Cabana right here. It is like a really nice transition color to just blend this Night Sky shade into the Flamingo shade. So I'm using a fluffy Morphe brush, and I'm just gonna kind of buff out that middle area that's just in between the two colors, and you can see how it's just blending so gorgeously, and just blending this color out is gonna make it look so much more luxurious. Like, I'm starting to look like those Russian girls on my Explore page, and I'm here for it. So just to define that black a little bit more, I am going to take the Araceli Beauty Ojos Perfectos liquid eyeliner, and this is the shade Black. This is my go-to liquid eyeliner. I love it so much, and it lasts forever. So I'm just kind of tracing over the bottom part of the black eyeshadow that I added, just for a little extra contrast, but nothing crazy. It's just gonna make the look a little bit more crispy. So next I'm gonna go into the shade Boardwalk with a pencil brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more drama to the top of that white outline that I created by carving it out a little bit and blending it up into the brow. Next I'm going back into Night Sky because we are just going all out today, and I'm using my favorite brush from that one brush set again, and I'm gonna add a tiny little line on top of that white outline that we created with the concealer just to give it a little more definition. I'm going back into the shade Boardwalk with the brush that I used to just blend out that black so that everything looks perfect. Alright, so now that we're done using black eyeshadow, thank goodness, I'm gonna brush off all of my bake and just flick it up. Luckily, there was not a lot of fallout. I don't think there was any, and that means that the pigment is good and the brushes that you're using is good. So if you have the right quality of eyeshadow and the right quality of brushes, you shouldn't have a fallout problem. Alright, so for finishing touches on the eyeshadow, I'm gonna go into the shade Salty, which is like the most beautiful shimmer shade, and I am going to put it on the inner corners of my eyes and blend that shimmer into the pink flamingo eyeshadow. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and define that white outline that we created by taking a white liquid eyeliner. This one is from NYX. And instead of using the brush applicator directly for a cleaner application, I'm going to use a angled, really sharp liner brush. So this part honestly was super nerve-wracking, so I really had to focus on putting on that white without messing up. But this is what it looks like now, and let's go ahead and put on some lashes. For lashes, I am using my go-to lashes. They are Aquarius and they are back in stock, so add it to your cart before they sell out again. And of course, I am using my favorite lash glue. Honestly, this LadyCode lash glue is one of my best sellers. It stays on, it's so easy to use, and it's waterproof, but it also is infused with vitamins A, C, E, and H so that your lashes and your skin are conditioned while you wear your falsies. Alright, so really quick for blush, I'm going to go back into that Snatch palette and use my favorite blush color. It's called Fillers, and just top everything off. Alright, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned a lot of new tips and tricks. And don't forget that this palette is limited edition. We only made a certain quantity of palettes. We don't know if we're going to bring it back, so now is the time to shop your palettes. And if you enjoyed this tutorial and recreated this look, I want to see all of the looks that you're creating with our latest palette and all of our LadyCode products. So go ahead and tag #LadyCode or tag us directly so we can repost all of your amazing looks. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to grab these palettes while you can, and I'll see you in my next video.